So I start the recording now as well. Hello and welcome to Koc University. I'm Yasmin, one of the incoming advisors.
And I'm Arzu, I'm the other incoming advisor. We work together for the inbound mobilities for students and staff members.
Exactly. And we have put together a short presentation for you to get some insight about the exchange opportunities at Koc. This is our main campus where we are located right now as well. And as you know, we are based in Turkey, in Istanbul, on the European side of Turkey. The district we are in is called Sarıyer. And from campus, you can actually see the Black Sea and the Bosphorus Strait, the third bridge. So it's an amazing view. Everybody who comes to campus first shares that they're having this great first impression. It's so green as we are surrounded by a forest. It's less crowded than downtown Istanbul, so a lot of advantages that we are located where we are
It's
located.
quite peaceful and safe, yeah.
Exactly. So, Koc University's mission. We were founded as a center of excellence, and therefore, of course, we want to provide world-class education to our students. We are a research university, and we are striving to succeed among other world-class universities, create new knowledge via this research focus, and apply the acquired knowledge for the benefit of the society, and to equip our students and also the staff with the highest sense of ethics, social responsibility, and good citizenship.
If you search actually Koc University, you will see that we have very high research output. So it's a very big part of the programs in here, being research-based, and we have a lot of paper citations by our professors.
Exactly. And your students also have the possibility, when being here as an exchange student, to become a research assistant to a faculty member. So then, Koc University, what else do you have to offer? We are a small university. We have a little bit more than 7,700 students currently. We are in our 27th year right now. Therefore, we just have a little bit more than 14,000 alumni. But we have 22 undergraduate programs to offer, 29 master programs, and 26 PhD programs. And we currently have 1,200 plus graduate students. Thereof 25% are international students coming from over 50 countries. And our international profile is also supported by the fact that we have more than 270 partners for exchange programs from more than 60 countries. So we are quite international here at Koc University, not just students-wise, but staff-wise as well. I myself, I'm from Germany, and I'm German. We have a Greek colleague in the library. There are a lot of faculty members that come from other countries.
Yes, we also have other administrative staff from vice presidency offices from Venezuela.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's quite diverse in here, in student body, in staff body, in faculty body. It's very international and diverse.
Exactly. Yeah, we have 7 colleges, and for graduate schools, you will see them later on. 21 research centers and 5 research forums, almost 200 research laboratories, and yeah, that's...
And so on, it goes.
Exactly. What's maybe important is that more than half of our students do receive some kind of scholarship. As we are a foundation university, we are a private university, but not run for profit. But still, we have the financial resources to provide scholarships to our regular students as well. Exactly. So just some impressions from our campuses. On the top of both pictures, you can see our main campus, also called Rumeli Feneri campus. The top left-hand side is our landmark, the clock tower. From there, you really have an amazing view about the campus and the surrounding area.
And some of you may realize that it's actually inspired by Stanford University's tower. So, yeah, it's also special.
Exactly. Then on the top right-hand side, you can see our amphitheater, where our commencement is taking place. A lot of events outside when the weather allows for it, or students are just using the steps of the theater to soak in the sun and enjoy a coffee. Exactly. On the top left-hand side, you can see our Koc University Hospital. It's not located at Sarıyer, where we are located, but at Topkapı, more downtown. And we also have Istinye campus. That's actually the campus where Koc University was founded. But in 2002, we moved to the current location where the main campus is located. Istinye campus functions as
workshop for some MBA courses, because most of the MBA students are professionals who have a job in daytime, and in the evenings or at the weekend they have their MBA courses. Or sometimes we have soft skill trainings for administrative staff, or yeah, some seminars, special events in the Istinye campus.
And guest housing.
Yeah,
very nice. Yeah. Some further impressions from our main campus. On the top, you can see the faculty housing. So for a certain amount of faculty, we can provide on-campus housing. The university's president is residing there as well. And on the lower picture, you can see our outdoor swimming pool. It's currently closed because it's too cold here right now to swim outside. But at another campus we have close by called West Campus, there's an indoor pool. West Campus is a dormitory campus, and there are a lot of other sport facilities you can find there, like a gym, basketball court, indoor facilities that we have outdoor here on main campus as well.
So some more pictures from our campus to give you an idea what it feels like studying here. So it's not just about academics. On top, on the left-hand side, you can see this big auditorium we have. We have a lot of activities throughout the semester in there. We have musicals, theaters, concerts, general faculty meetings. So we also sometimes have our orientation sessions there. So it's a very big, useful auditorium. And there's always an activity there because our cultural events coordinator is very active. We always have very special events going on campus, especially in this culture center auditorium. And below it, you can see the library, main area. We have some classics at Koc University. For example, on Tuesdays, we always have jazz concerts. And on Thursdays, we always have classical music in the library. So this area is the main area, and where we have these classical music concerts on Thursdays. Our library is 24/7 open, so it's not that common as far as I know. And Koc University has Ottoman architectural style, kind of. Every college building has its own courtyard, and also in those courtyards we have a lot of activities, events going on, like jazz concerts, or sometimes some exhibitions, or peer-to-peer activities with exchange students and local students. So it's not just academics, but we have a lot going on in campus.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you as a student if you're as a student or as a coordinator with interested student would like to know how to become an exchange student at Koc University, there are two program types we can accept students from: our global exchange program, that's the bilateral level of our exchange programs, and the two Erasmus key actions, key action 103 involving all European countries, and key action 107 Erasmus program.
It's not for the non-EU countries.
Exactly, but still Erasmus.
Yes, still Erasmus.
And the application requirements would differ for undergraduate and graduate students, as well as program-wise. So for our global exchange, the bilateral program, we are asking for a minimum GPA of 2.5 out of a 4.0 scale. For Erasmus plus key action 103, the European countries, and Erasmus plus worldwide, the non-European countries, for a GPA of 2.2 for undergraduate students, as well as a valid language certificate for English indicating at least a B2 level. Therefore, the language certificate, we can accept scorecards as TOEFL or IELTS, of course, or a document issued by the home university, preferably the international office, the English department, or the language center, indicating the B2 level, and of course signed and stamped.
Yeah, the thing is, because medium of instruction at Koc University is English, it's quite important for us that you have the minimum level of English to follow up the courses, because previously, unfortunately, we had some students coming here but couldn't follow up the courses because of the language barrier, and then it was kind of not that fruitful semester for them. So we ask our incoming exchange students to have at least B2 level of English or even above.
Exactly. Just for the structure of our webinar, we would like to go through the whole presentation and then answer questions afterwards. I saw that Sevda was raising a hand, having a question. So if you agree, we would come to that later on.
Please note down your question and we will reply to that later on.
Exactly. So, and then for undergraduate, for graduate students, the GPA requirement for global exchange would be 3.0 out of 4.0, and for global exchange, as I said, exactly, and for Erasmus plus, key action 103 and key action 107, a 2.5 GPA out of 4, and again, the valid language certificate indicating level of B2 at least. So,
okay, so for application, the thing is, you cannot, as a student, you cannot directly apply to Koc University. We accept exchange students only from partner institutions, and first, partner universities study abroad coordinator needs to nominate the student to Koc University's online portal, and then the student immediately will receive her or his login credentials and application link. This way, the student can immediately begin to the application. So for the application, we require some documents. A passport size photo is quite important, because once you are accepted to the university, it will be your Koc University ID card photo. And if there is no photo, we cannot issue the card. And if you don't have a card, you cannot print anything. You will have difficulty entering the campus and so on. So it's quite important. English proficiency, as we mentioned, because courses will be in English, it's quite important that you have enough level of English, minimum B2. So official transcript recently issued, actually, it shouldn't be from last year or something. It should be received in the last couple of weeks or so. And also we need an identification document, like the ID page of your passport, or just ID card, yeah, copy, like scanned copy.
Exactly. And once the application period is over, for spring 2020, that would be November 4th, Arzu and me will assess all the applications and then be in touch with the applicants regarding the outcome. If students meet the requirements, then they will be accepted. If they don't meet the requirements, we might ask for additional information and decide on a case-to-case basis then. Here you have the nomination application dates for the whole academic year. We always run the calls by the same dates. So for fall term, students can be nominated and can apply in between April 1st and June 1st. For the spring term, it's in between September 1st and November 1st. And for the summer term, in between February 1st and April 1st. Please note that our nomination application periods fall into the same time. As Arzu mentioned, as soon as a student got nominated to us, they received their login credentials to our platform to submit their application. So it's not two separate procedures, they are linked.
So these are the semester dates. Actually, yeah, for the spring semester, in general, actually, if we talk in general, our fall semester usually begins in mid-September. But before the semester begins, we also have orientation week for the incoming exchange students. So students usually arrive to Koc University campus like early September. And then we have orientation week for a week for 5 days, and then the classes start mid-September. And for spring semester, we have orientation days usually late January, and semester begins early February. Again, after the orientations.
This spring we're a little bit earlier.
This spring we are a little bit earlier. But in general, yeah, that's the case at Koc University. Fall mid-September and spring mid-February. Early February.
Exactly. Yeah. So now the most essential question: why doing an exchange at Koc University? As stated before, we are a small university with a focus on research. The small university means that you will have a lot of opportunities to get in touch with faculty members. You can have easily access and contact to research facilities as well. You will get in touch with your peer students very easily. There are a lot of activities going on, sports-wise, academic-wise, culturally, you name it. You can do everything here. So this is one plus you can check off on your list why to study at Koc University. Also, we are the leading university in Turkey and one of the top research universities. We will come to our rankings later on as well, where you can have a closer insight. As Arzu mentioned, English is the main medium of instruction at Koc University. So communicating with instructors, with peer students, writing your papers, participating in classes won't be an issue. As we are a liberal arts institution, students can take courses outside of the department and also program they're enrolled to, meaning that if it's an introductory course, you can just go ahead and enroll yourself into the course. If it's an advanced course from another department, from another faculty, it will have prerequisites. If you need these prerequisites, you can prove that via your transcript, the most recent transcript. Then most probably you can get enrolled into the course as well if the instructor gives consent to that. Also, a plus.
Another plus is that Turkey is actually one of the most affordable European countries currently. So with just 500 euros or something, including accommodation, you can spend, you can cover 1 month in here. And also we have a very active student community. Our students have double majors, we have more than 80 student clubs, we have volunteers, we have lots of different track programs, different projects, activities. So
you will never get bored.
You will never get bored, even just on campus.
Exactly. So here are some hard facts, our rankings. As you can see, according to Times Higher Education, we are among the top 50 young universities and among the top 30 Asian universities. Our strong suits, according to Times Higher Education, are social sciences, engineering and technology, physical sciences, clinical health, and
our Graduate School of Business also is the top ranked in the region. And top ranked in Turkey, of course. It's one of the best graduate school of business in the world. It's in top 100, and in the region and in Turkey, it's the first one.
Exactly. So, master students, you are more than welcome.
Yeah.
We can provide you with qualified education here. Here are some further numbers by Times Higher Education. In comparison with other Turkish universities, you can have a further look. As alongside the webinar itself, of course, the presentation will be shared as well. Something currently important, our security measurements in place. We have security guards on all our campuses working 24/7. Our campuses are fenced, so only
affiliated people can enter the campus. You need to show an identification. You need to prove that you either study here or work here to enter the campus.
Or that you have been invited on campus.
Yeah, you have been invited. Other than that, no non-affiliated people can enter the university. We have fire station working 24/7, always ready, and also health centers in both main and the west campus. Again, operating 24/7 with English-speaking doctors. So you can always go for a treatment, you can consult them about your health issues. And if there is something beyond them, if you need to be transferred to a hospital, we also have
an ambulance.
Fully equipped ambulances. Yeah, we can transfer you to the closest hospital as well if needed. And our occupational health and safety office, they also give trainings about the laboratories, about the emergency procedures at the university, like an earthquake or fire, or they also have like drills and trainings for the emergencies on campus. We have emergency hotline for international community at Koc University. It's again 24/7. If you happen to have an emergency, you can call that line.
It's an English-speaking colleague of ours at OIP. He will answer, and yeah, you can call with any emergency, as ours is set. And of course, we also have an emergency plan in place. We will put the link of this emergency plan on this slide as well, so you can have a read through there. Some accreditations and memberships, as you can see, we have a lot.
Yeah, we have even more, I think, currently.
Yeah, these are the main ones.
Yeah, the main ones.
So we have, or outstanding, we are a SEMS member. We're the only SEMS member in Turkey. It's an accreditation and membership for management studies. Then we are EQUIS and AMBA accredited. We are working on the AACSB accreditation. Respectively, our Graduate School of Business is working on that. We have national accreditation for engineering, which is recognized by the European and the US accreditation systems as well. Accreditation for nursing, for psychology. We are a PIM member.
So that means your exchange semester in here definitely will be recognized all around the world, because all of our colleges and graduate schools, they have these international accreditations already. And we have 22 undergraduate degree programs currently. So we don't have many, but they're all quite interdisciplinary, and we have a lot of faculty members giving out lectures in more than one department, like both in sociology and international relations at the same time. We have some courses, like common courses for 2 different departments, like one course applicable for both business administration and industrial engineering, for example.
Exactly.
That's why actually most of our students, not most, but it's a very high number, 30%, at least 30% of our students, they have double majors in here. And because you can take courses from other majors, and if there's an introduction level courses, even though you're an engineering student, you can take introduction to psychology or philosophy or sociology as well, if you're interested in that area, if you want to be a diverse candidate for the employers in the long run.
Exactly. Yeah, so as you can see, we have our College of Administrative Sciences and Economics, where business administration, economics, and international relations belong to. The College of Social Sciences and Humanities, where archaeology as well as art history, English and comparative literature, media and visual arts, history, philosophy, psychology, and sociology are rotated to. Our School of Law, the College of Sciences includes chemistry, physics, mathematics, and molecular biology and genetics. And among engineering, you can choose in between chemical and biological engineering, computer engineering, electronical and electronics engineering, industrial engineering, and mechanical engineering. And we also have a School of Medicine and a School of Nursing. What's quite unique at Koc University is that we have a very strong School of Medicine, respectively a strong university hospital alongside other strong faculties. Other Turkish universities don't have that characteristics. It's either or. So these are our graduate degree programs. Here you can also see the graduate schools we are having. There's for one graduate school of engineering and sciences. Then there's the graduate school of health sciences, our graduate school of social sciences and humanities, as well as the graduate school of business. And you see programs are more diverse, and we offer master degrees and PhD degrees. So all graduate incoming exchange students are welcome.
So let's talk about Istanbul a little. It's a very, very special city. One city on two different continents, Europe and Asia. So we are located in the European side of Istanbul, as we mentioned in the beginning of the presentation. But I mean, it's very easy to reach the Asian side as well. By ferry, it takes only 20 minutes or so, and by crossing the bridge, if there's no traffic, it's just 5 or 10 minutes. And
usually there's traffic.
Yeah, usually there's traffic, but yeah. And it used to be the capital of many different civilizations, Istanbul, so it has a lot to see. It has some historical sites from Roman Empire, Latin Empire, Ottoman Empire, and currently we are a secular republic. So a lot of museums, sightseeing opportunities. It's usually actually 4 or 5 months of exchange. It's not enough to see, to discover the whole Istanbul.
Exactly. And as Arzu was saying, Istanbul is bridging Asia and Europe physically and culturally. Turkish people perceive themselves as Eurasians, neither nor. So you can find your niche. Exactly.
Anyone easily can blend in because we are in the middle of basically everything. Europe, Asia, Middle East, Mediterranean. So there is something for everyone in here.
Exactly. And yeah, besides Istanbul, of course, there are a lot of amazing places within Turkey to travel to. Our current incomings from the fall semester have been to Cappadocia 2 weeks ago, and they will go to Ephesus this weekend.
An ancient city.
Exactly.
They also have some other trips planned. We have a lot to see in Anatolian side of Turkey or in Mediterranean side of Turkey. It's a lot to discover, and also because we are linking Europe and Asia, it's also quite easy to travel the Balkans or like Georgia, Azerbaijan, surrounding countries.
Arab countries,
yeah, it's very convenient to travel from Turkey to other European countries as well.
Exactly. But some more insights within Istanbul. At the bottom, the very famous Galata Tower. It's a must, I would say, to go there at least once in Galata district.
The view is amazing when we go on top.
Exactly. Then we have Rumeli Fortress on the top left-hand side. It played part in the, what's the word, occupation of Constantinople?
Yeah, Ottomans used that fortress for the
invasion. Yeah, not occupation. Yeah, exactly.
Between the war against back then Roman Empire.
And on the right-hand side, you can see a former train station in Kadıköy. It's used for book fairs, for concerts, for a lot of cultural events. So once students are accepted, of course, they get a bunch of information pre-arrival via email, of course, and we started recently to have a pre-arrival webinar offered to incoming students to be in touch for the first time, and also to provide information in person, and students can ask in person as well. And then, of course, as mentioned with the academic calendar, we have orientation weeks taking place for fall and spring. It's a 5 days program, and for the summer term, it's usually a 2 to 3 days program, and the schedule is announced prior to the semester start of the orientation week. We also have a PDF guide for incoming exchange students, which provides vast information on the academic calendar, residence permit, course planning, how to enroll into courses, accommodation, much and much more. What we like to point out here is that for all incoming exchange students, it's necessary to apply for a residence permit here in Turkey when they're staying for more than 90 days. And as part of the paperwork you have to submit for the residence permit, you have to show that you have a valid insurance that's covering the total duration of the stay. Yeah, it's for paperwork terms and also for your own good that you have coverage here. You never know what might happen. You might get a cold or sprain an ankle. It's so that you know that you are covered and you can go to the doctor and receive treatment. Yeah. So then
we have a mentorship program. It's a very strong program. We are very strict with selection of the mentors and training of the mentors. So it's a buddy program. Each incoming exchange student is assigned to a mentor student. Mentors are full degree seeking Koc University students in here. They can be local or international, but they are very resourceful, very reliable, and very well trained. They are selected with an interview. Then we also train them on cross-cultural communication, on
team dynamics, how to detect students that might have difficulties adjusting to the new environment. And the good thing is that most of our mentors have exchange experience themselves, so they have been in the incoming students' shoes themselves. They know what they might experience, what they might feel, so they can anticipate that.
They are always accessible. They are always there to help the students. So they are first point of contact of the incoming exchange students. And even if there is something beyond them, they always know whom to contact, so they can direct the student to the right people or department as well.
Exactly. And we are usually working with the 1 mentor to 5 mentees ratio. Then we also have a Turkish host family program, which offers incoming exchange students as well as Koc staff members, staff families, as well as alumni to get in touch, to exchange cultures. It's not a host program throughout the whole semester, so no accommodation provided in the sense of that the student is staying with that family for 1 or 2 semesters, but
it's according like to the program
interests.
So you can visit some Turkish families who are Koc University staff members or alumni, like once in a week or once in 2 weeks or on holidays or at the weekends. It's up to the family and the student's schedule. But this way you can have a more detailed insight about a Turkish lifestyle, how a Turkish family functions.
And you can share your own culture as well.
You can also share your own culture. It's for the cultural exchange and
Exactly. Housing. So we provide the opportunity for students to stay on campus. It's not mandatory. Around 30% of our incoming students are staying off campus. And there's undergraduate housing, most probably triple bunk beds. It might be double bunk beds as well, but graduate students will share a room with another person, and students are mainly housed at West Campus, as it is the main dormitory campus. We do have some dormitory buildings at main campus, but mainly West Campus.
Yeah, West Campus is pretty close. It takes only 5-10 minutes by shuttle, and we have 3 shuttles running in between every 15 minutes, so it's very, very easy, very convenient. to reach.
Exactly. Fees, application procedures, payment details, check-in, check-out dates are announced to accepted students on a later stage.
Yeah, for spring semester, spring 2020, currently it's to be announced. It's still not announced, but once the students are accepted, we send out a kind of acceptance letter and info package, and in that we can announce the dormitory fees and application dates and procedures as well.
But what's important, as long as the student applies on time and makes the payment on time, housing, a room will be provided.
Yeah, we guarantee on-campus housing for our incoming exchange students. We give priority to them. Just make sure that you apply and make the payment on time. Other than that, you will definitely get a room.
Exactly. Yeah, so we have a lot of student support units on campus. There's KURES, the Koc University Psychological Counseling Service. They aim to help students coping with academic, social, and personal problems. So if an incoming exchange students encounter any kind of difficulties to adjust to the new environment, academic-wise, social-wise, or bring some personal problems from back home with him or her, we have a very qualified team of trained psychologists,
clinical psychologists,
that are there to support the students.
And they all speak English, so it's very easy to talk to them as well. We have a career development center that organizes very international career days, events, opportunities. Also, they offer counseling services as well for career planning or on how to write a CV. They have mock interviews.
Exactly.
You can also make use of Career Development Center and their services when you are here. Now we also have disability services. So students with special needs are also more than welcome to come to Koc University for an exchange semester. We just need to be notified beforehand by the coordinator and the student so that we can make the necessary arrangements.
Correct. So as Arzu mentioned, we have health centers on both main and west campus operating 24/7 with English-speaking doctors and nurses, and ambulances to transfer students and staff members, they're open for staff members as well, to the nearest hospital if necessary. So if you would like to stay at Koc University for a shorter amount than a regular semester, you could come and do summer exchange with us as well. It's a 7 weeks experience with the high quality courses given in English, of course, and a lot of local and social activities. Yeah, students receive a transcript, and usually recommend to take 1 to 2 courses.
3 is usually too much because it's quite intense.
And you want to enjoy your summer as well.
In a regular semester, we have 14-15 weeks, but in summer we have 7 weeks, so it's double the workload. So we don't recommend more than 2 courses, definitely.
Exactly.
And last year, actually, for the first time, we tried a new program within the summer exchange. It's called Global Learning and Leadership Program. So we also had some sessions on design thinking, cross-cultural communication, or mindfulness, or we also had field trips twice. Again, in 2020 summer program, we are thinking about having this program. We may even improve it, and it can be even more rich this time in 2020. So if you attend all of the sessions in this program, besides your transcript, you can also get a Global Learning and Leadership Program certificate.
Exactly. Another option would be the Migration in the Crisis short-term program. It runs for 3 weeks and focuses on the main issues regarding cross-border movements of people, current trends and migration flows, theory and practices, and as said, it lasts for 3 weeks. Students will earn 6 ECTS, and besides lectures given by KU staff and guest lectures and student presentations, there will be field trips and visits to NGOs, and the students have to write an academic article on the global migration crisis.
The thing is, this program is not free of charge, and the need program fee for 2020 will be announced soon, so you can keep on checking our website if you are interested in this subject area.
Exactly.
And the program.
The third summer option would be our summer research program for undergraduate students. It's actually open to high school students and undergraduate students. Our research or our faculty members that are doing research over summer and are interested into getting some student support are publishing their projects, and then students can have a look at these projects and apply directly to the faculty member. It's open for students from partners and non-partners universities. If the student is accepted for the summer research program, there is no tuition. We provide free on-campus accommodation, so students would just need to cover the airfare and other expenses, exactly. And it usually takes place in between June and September, but the duration of the project depends on the faculty member.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, every year we have different projects within the scope of this program. So on the website, on the link, you can check the open positions and projects that you can apply to. It's quite diverse. We have projects in
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah, industrial design, artificial intelligence, sociology, psychology. It's very diverse always. Because we are a research university, we have many research programs for the summer. And our faculty members have a lot of actually European Research Council projects as well. So you can work on these projects if you're accepted. Just make sure that you check the website, check the open positions. But the thing is, probably new positions will be announced early 2020, like January or something. And the deadline is usually late March. So you can keep on checking the website again.
Yeah. And these were the opportunities to come and study with us at Koc University. Feel free to keep in touch. You have all our contact details there. Yeah. Follow us on social media. We would be more than happy to see you.
See what kind of activities we have for the students or international community at Koc on our social media accounts.
Exactly. And now would be the question part. So Seta already noted down a question. Hello, could you please tell us more about the expenses like dormitory, insurance? I need to know approximately how much this whole program will cost. So the dormitory fees changes depending on the exchange rate, but currently for the fall semester it's 2,800 euros.
No, 1,000.
1,000? Okay. Yeah. Then I might have the full year. Okay, so we will have a look.
Yeah, but the thing is, it also depends on the student and the student's social life and other expenses.
But for dormitory, of course, it also plays into whether students are staying in a single room, a double room, or a triple room. For the single rooms, just to note, we have a handful of single notes, but these are usually distributed to students that are in need of a single room due to a health condition that can be proven by a doctor's report. Other than that, students usually stay in a double or triple room. This is for dormitory. When it comes to living off campus, it really depends again on where you're staying, what kind of building, facility, district you're in. You can check with other students and your mentor students if you want to see whether the rent asked for is too high or not.
So the dorm fees for spring semester or fall? Spring, I think. No, fall semester. Fall. Like this semester, it was around 1,400 euros.
Okay.
But the whole semester for like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
So per month, it's about 300 euros or something.
But the payment for the dormitory has to be made at once. It's no monthly payment.
Yeah.
It's one payment.
One payment in the beginning of the semester.
And for insurance, we advise students to obtain insurance before coming here. So it depends on the provider back at home. Yeah, we don't have any range of prices there. Therefore, as we are not involved.
Yeah, you just need to make sure that it covers your whole stay. It covers emergencies, in and outpatient treatments. So as long as you have these things, it's okay. You will be on the safe side.
Exactly. Then, as mentioned on a prior slide, approximately 3,300 Turkish lira per month are needed. That's a number we got from our students. It's an average number which includes dormitory, dining, in and out, grocery shopping, even some clothes shopping, personal hygiene, cosmetics as well, leisure time, transportation within Istanbul, and I think book money as well. But depending on what kind of person you are, whether you're
quite sociable, then you may need some extra money, of course.
Exactly, and traveling outside of Istanbul and Turkey is not included in this calculation.
Any other questions about the university or the programs? So for the students who will be accepted for spring semester, there will also be a pre-arrival webinar later on, probably in November or December. And also mentor students will get in touch with their mentees prior to the arrival. So we will share more detailed info with the procedures and the services with the accepted students later on.
Exactly. If you come up with questions on a later stage, you have our email addresses.
Yeah, crew@ku.edu.tr. Please feel free to ask your questions. And if you are a coordinator working in a partner institution and if you have questions for your students or about our agreement, the programs, please feel free to email to partner@ku.edu.tr. As you mentioned, you can also follow our social media accounts to have an idea what kind of activities we have in here, and to have an idea about the university again. Yeah, currently this is it.
If there wouldn't be any questions, then we would call it a day. As mentioned, a recording will be shared with you. You can revise it and be in touch with us afterwards.
Yeah.
Let me just check. There's nothing. Okay, I think but this issue was solved for Zevda, as she was asking questions later on. But Zevda, even though you cannot hear us right now, you will receive the recording with audio as well.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will stop the recording now.